We are back 8:36 now with your health. Pollen season has kicked into high gear, and that means a lot of folks with allergies are doing a lot of sniffling and sneezing. NBC News medical contributor Dr. Natalie Azar here to help us get through it. I'm one of them. I mean, and let me tell you, and it feels like this year is about the worst I've ever experienced. And I read it's because pollen season started earlier.
So for the last couple of decades, Craig, we have been experiencing warmer winters, shorter, wetter winters. What that means is that pollen season is starting earlier. In some places, 20 days earlier in certain parts of the country. Obviously, we're seeing a warming climate. Plants are producing pollen for longer periods of time, and the amount of pollen is higher, too. We're seeing higher concentrations across the board.
So a lot of folks also seem to be getting allergies for the first time. People who haven't had allergies for years, now all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, I have allergies.
Yep, that can happen.
Where should those folks start?
So, before we start talking about medications and all of these things that you can take, what can you do in your daily life? I hate to say this, but closing the windows and doors, these are some of the most beautiful days of the year, but that pollen goes straight through screens. You want to keep your home clean. Air purifiers with a HEPA filter for a small room, or if you have to make the person in your house who's in charge of the HVAC, in my house it's my husband, you can get a really good purifier for your whole system that can really clean the air. You want to remove your clothing when you come in from the outdoors, wash your pets when they come inside, shower before you go to bed. All of these things can make a big, big difference.
So if you try all of those things and it doesn't work, over-the-counter medications?
Over-the-counter meds, and they work really, really well.
Okay.
So the first group of medicines we talk about are the antihistamines. You can take antihistamines by mouth. You can also use nasal antihistamines. You're getting the medicine right where that pollen is, in the nasal passages. Nasal steroids are incredibly effective. You can use eye drops, just sort of a moisturizing eye drop, but there's also antihistamine eye drops, and then nasal rinses like a neti pot to clean out your your nostrils again, because remember that if the pollen can't get in, then it's not going to cause an allergy. And one thing we talked about recently is the proper way to use the nasal spray.
You blew our minds when you showed us.
I'm telling you, I got a lot of comments about that. Like, thankfully, you've taught us this. So the way you're supposed to do it, you're supposed to keep your nose down, nose to your toes. You're supposed to aim that little thingamajig to the ear, to the side that you're going in. You want to aim it to your ear. To the tip, exactly, and do a spray on each side and then take a gentle sniff in. If you can taste it, you're wasting it. And that makes a huge difference for people.
Taste is waste. Taste is waste.
Is waste.
In terms of timing, I will tell you, this is the first year I've started taking my allergy medicine at night.
Yes.
That seems to have helped me.
Right. So a lot of allergy medicines are 24 hours. So if you wake up in the morning and take it, it's not really going to be that helpful. So an antihistamine you can take at night so that you wake up and it's already taking effect. And I should say that a lot of pollen is worse in the morning. So especially you might not want to be outside in the morning for those kinds of things. Nasal sprays, like the steroid nasal sprays, you want to start those a couple of weeks before your allergies start and use them consistently. Decongestants, especially the nasal ones, a lot of allergists don't even recommend, but if you do use, not more than 3 days, because it can definitely cause significant rebound.
All right. Dr. Natalie, thank you. Thanks for all those tips, and thanks for the demonstration again. People can't get enough of that.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.